Here's a fun way to spend the holiday season with your family. How about jumping in on some board games? They're still wildly popular, of course, Kathy. But the board games I see on this table here this afternoon do not look like the board games we have on our toy shelf at home. So we have Kirsten and we have James Brady there, the owners of Cloudcap Games in Selwood.
Got it.
So these games are obviously different from the ones I'm used to, like a Monopoly or a Sorry.
Life.
Definitely. We can keep going. Are they really different?
They are. They're a little less luck than those games. Better, as you can see, better quality components. The graphics have changed. The artwork's changed. And there's a little more strategy in them, but it's not going to take you longer to play them.
Kirsten, when you look at the trends in board games, what are some popular things you're seeing?
Well, we're seeing a lot, like James just said, beautiful games. I mean, these components, you can see they're 3D, they move on the board, tiles that are tactile, and this is just engaging more of your senses, which is just a more fulfilling experience when you play.
I love a game with a timer. For some reason, it's so fun to be able to flip it back.
I love anything that involves a blindfold.
That's a blindfold.
What's the blindfold for?
So this is a game where you
Pin the tail on the drew.
you shout out words and you try to get you to guess what's on this beautiful card.
Okay.
But
He's
little
the dreamer.
Are we playing? I can take this
Dreamer.
off if you want to move on.
Yeah, here we go. Cereal in the morning is in a
Bowl.
got
Wow,
it.
fantastic.
Game over. You beat the timer.
Password style, yeah.
You were talking, James, about some cooperative games. What does that mean? So you're working together to beat
You're
the board?
largely working as a team against the game itself. So the game has rules on how it's fighting against you, and everyone else is working together.
So is there like an electronic component to that kind of game then? I can't see a board beating me, but I can see a computer beating me.
It's largely decks of cards and rules for
Okay.
how things behave on the board. Yeah.
Got it.
But each of you have a role, like one can be a diver or an engineer, and you talk about how to best move across the board. So there's a lot of discussion. It's not about crushing your opponent in this style of
Oh,
game.
forget that.
Kathy likes to crush.
And you were also mentioning a type of game where you play it several times and then you're done. Legacy?
Yeah, the legacy style. So there's this pandemic legacy here. And what those...
You mean you get bored of it, or what happens?
No, it's a story that continues through multiple plays. So
Okay.
we'll sit down, we'll play it once. We each have a character, kind of. The next time we play, we carry over stuff that
Okay.
happened in that previous experience. So the story keeps going.
kids would
and
love
the
that,
game
actually.
keeps changing, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Cloudcap Games, you've had it for 7 years, and over those years, what have you seen in terms of business? I mean, with all the electronics out there, are you maintaining interest in these kind of games, James?
There is a bit of a renaissance for sure. I think you can see the beauty of everything has helped bring people back into gaming, but also the social element that you don't get with a lot of the digital entertainment these days.
My mom was crazy growing up. We brought out the board games, like making sure every single piece was still there. When you don't put it back until we
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure that every piece.
Oh, and in the cardboard
Yeah, exactly.
container.
I like your mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One more? I would love to play
yeah,
again.
one more. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Cloudcap Games, by the way, in
wow.
Selwood. The Bradys are
Okay,
here. Yes.
Oink.
Pig.
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
used
the
one
game?
word. Nice.
How about stars, planets,
Astrology.
astronauts?
Solar system.
Oh boy, we should have quit while we were ahead.
Great, see? And
Hey,
if
it's still 2 out of 3.
Rides with Grace.
Space. Yeah. Hey, I took out the blindfold and I became very successful.
I probably violated every rule of the game. Yeah. Again, the store is Cloudcap Games in the Selwood area. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks,
I'd
James.
love
Thank
to
you.
do game night at your house.